if you don't, I know this is going to probably go wrong. Anytime I mention anything about it, it I risk, things going horribly wrong. But I'm in, the, I'm in line with the spirit of era being the same idea and understanding that it's going to be some errors I make. I jokingly say I'm going to drag somebody behind a tool shed against their will and take them 6 ways from Sunday. And nobody's like, well, a lot of women would like that to happen, for you to just be so, you know what I mean, that you just, you succumb to something, I don't know, that they would actually be interested in having happen to them. And you're just like, don't be so repressed that you forget there's a book in the Bible dedicated to one thing, and it doesn't have any mention of God, because for God's sakes, why would you want him involved in that? But it's important to note how it goes. Your kisses are better than your kisses are different. When you kiss me, it's like fine wine. And I'm gonna also remind you that I'm nothing, but I want to hear the things. But I'm dark and beautiful, as in I work in the fields. I work for my living. I'm a white trash. You've got how many wives and concubines that do whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want, and with as many as you want at your beck and call, and they're pale. They're not dark. As in, toot my horn, tell me about how I am. Tell me about what I do that's better than them. What I've got. I just want to hear it because, I'm just a peasant. If you don't understand how that, what, something would be wrong and a sin for it, then you can't effectively even communicate it to yourself or to the right person to let them know, But I mean, what am I hurting watching porno? No one's around. No one's getting physically harmed. But, it's probably going to take me about an hour of nothing productive I'm doing, trying to find the depravity while I'm getting stimulation and I'm getting things that I want out of a relationship. And then you overlook the fact, maybe it's important to note that when finding somebody, especially when marriages now are just crumbling and they don't have any kind of... I was involved in one that I was repressed, but I had the right equipment to keep her satisfied. It kept me satisfied. I looked at porno 20 times. And this is the lesson that you can learn out of it. When I wanted to use my hand, she would position herself while I'd lay on my back and put it in my face and rub it. So there were, yes, I put her in a vulnerable position where I'm like, I'm barking her down in a way that I'm letting, that I'm also showing her, look, I don't need all those other ones. I got you. And look, I can finish when I do it. When I look, there's enough visual aid I need. You see, then you'll see the point of why it could be possibly told that it's wrong when you look at women. So when you're like, waiting for her, oh, she's going to the grocery store, I get to finally get my chance to look. And up, she's out the driveway. Why don't you stop? Ooh, calm down. Think about what you're going to do to her when she comes in and she wants you to pick up them groceries. You're just going to walk over and say, I don't give a shit about them groceries. And you drag her by the shoulder. You drag her on something nice. Something, the counter. That don't even care if the kids get out of there. It's grown folks' business. Or you drag her, no, please. You see what I'm saying? I'm a savage. I don't give a fuck, and I'm not going to put the groceries up when I'm done. Because I'm a man. You can also see where I could be a little bit... I I could get you in trouble, but at the same time, you'll be fine. She's not going to divorce you if you do that. I promise you. She's not going to. Show her why she shouldn't leave you. Why or more. Like, okay, you want to leave this in all of its glory. You ain't leaving me. You are trapped here with me. And you're going to experience something good that I can give you. And I'm offering you. And I'm not going to get then you're like, okay, well, don't overlook the facts. I looked at the porno probably 20 times that I was with her. And a couple of times was with her. But it was something I didn't give into. Because there are much bigger butts. There are much bigger boobies. There are much bigger. But my lesson that I learned from it is I was repressed in what I should have been. I should have gone to the sex stores and, gotten other toys with her. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you're married, there's nothing wrong with doing that. Because then you overlook the fact, okay, but there's virtuous women out there and they care about themselves and they're waiting until they're married. And they, stand on it. And no, you're not going to trick me. I'm not doing it until I'm tied down. And then you overlook the fact there are women out there, Huh? Oh, I want it now. I don't care about this. I want it now. I want it anyway. I want her. I want it now. See the importance of both of them coming in line and being in line, especially when you want somebody to, and you're teaching somebody like your daughter the importance of, man, does he do it for you in that department? Because look, you need to picture him a little pudgier, a lot pudgier and fatter, a little balder. And you need to also not overlook the fact that he's going to do that when he's not getting the stimulus he wants. So if you know what you're worth and you know what you're working with and you know what you got, can make him straighten up. Say, how am I going to do anything with you if you smell like shit? I want you, groomed. If you want me to surprise you enough to where, you're asleep and I just, wow. That's what I'm talking about. You got to be clean. You got to be well kept enough and, go to the gym. Telling her the same thing. I'm telling you to do anything with these heifers. I wouldn't do anything. I don't want them. I don't want your wife. I don't want nothing to do with her. I could get your wife. You're missing my point. I just thought I'd come on here and I'd talk about the importance of it and how society is, man. Look at how the world is working now, and it's operating with sex, and it's being used against us. It's being used as something that's a weapon that really it should be something celebrated. Because I know what it feels like to have the equipment and not be able to be a man enough to even to get you wet without me just putting it and starting it and being it. Because I controlled somebody in that position with my sex. And I kept them there. But I just was so... And there was no fixing me then. And there's no promise I'm not going to get my way. But I'm using the opportunity to show look what was attacked on me. And it was something demonic. And they went after what... and I don't think she realized how much I'd been messed up with sex. Too, because she didn't understand that she was the best I ever had in the bedroom. And I've experienced others, and they're just not the same as her. And I think the importance of her not knowing that, being so repressed that I never was able to tell her that, was a problem. And if I'd have been a pinky of a man that I am now, it would have been no, because I would have whipped into shape. But my point is, I can go all over the place whenever I talk about that point. I'm trying to keep a message now. I'm trying to keep people in tune with what I know you've been misled to believe. All these lies that are kept from you, you're missing the gifts and the lessons. Be the man that you secretly want to be, that's in the movie, that gets all the girls throwing it at him, like David. Because what was Bathsheba? his main freak. He went to her because he was peeping Tom and he saw her bathing in a bath, Bathsheba. And he said, I want. And then it was so good, he kept going. He kept going with her. He kept it going. He even had his man killed because she was married. And there's a kid they had that got to build, that got the heir over the firstborn children that he already had with all those wives and concubine whores. It was his freak, his main freak, and that's the man, Solomon, that wrote the book I'm talking about. The most intelligent man in the world to ever live. And he might have put that book in there with no mention of God for a reason, for the importance of maybe paying attention to it. Because when God made a perfect creation, no death, no sorrow, nothing in it you couldn't die. It's paradise. He said, it is not good. One thing was not good. He said, it is not good for man to be alone. Now let me make this thing for you. It's going to blow your mind. It's going to be made from you. It's going to be made from your rib, and you're going to see it. I don't even got to tell you what to put and where to put. I'm not going to be around when you do that. But it's for that reason they get married, and the two become one flesh. The two become one flesh. It is for that reason the two become one flesh and move away from home. See, the point there to be made is, what did he get out of it? The marriage. The two become one flesh. So don't ever overlook the importance of a sex life in your marriage and what you want in a marriage. Because I know you're waiting, I know you're being virtuous, and you could be. And that's a great thing to do, is, say you're going to wait for something, but you got to have expectations of what you're going to be able to even be satisfied with in that department. And you can't be like, okay, well, I'm going to just overlook the fact this guy is just disgusting to me. Really, physically, he's not something I'm really wanting. I don't want him on top of me. Not all the time, whenever. No, I'm not even going to want that. I'm not going to be satisfied in that. And I'm going to resent him for that. So don't overlook the message, because a narcissist can fake a lot of things. And he can fake illusion. He can fake reality to you. But he can't keep you actually satisfied. And you know that. You'd almost think I'm being a little bit, manipulative in what I'm talking about, but I'm also standing on something that gives me the authority, like the Word of God, that would give me the authority to be able to say this and do this. But it is a lesson that people need to learn. You want a man that's going to ask permission to crawl up on that? Or do you want a man that doesn't ask permission and you're not mad he even did it to start with, You know what I mean? It's much worse things than having some man like me drag you behind a tool shed and take you 6 ways from Sunday against your will in a fit of rage and a bit of fatal attraction. That the stalker's finally going to do it. He's finally done it to me. And let's not pretend that wouldn't be something good that you wouldn't like. My point is, I know this could go bad, but I know I'm on the right path now, and I know I'm being led by the Spirit. That's given me the ability to even communicate effectively now, and for me to be heard and not, misunderstood anymore.